Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and Krypto, the last dog of Krypton, Chapter 1, Krypton. A lot of Krypton going on. Am I wearing the right shirt for this? I think I am, or at least close enough. This was a fan-freaking-tastic! You can't go wrong unless you don't like dogs, which I'm actually starting to wonder if they like dogs in this one, because there's some torturous crap going on in this. Not really, but kind of psychologically. I'm going to get into all that good stuff. First, credit where credit is absolutely due. Let's get talking about this. Like I said, this is chapter 1, Krypton. Ryan North is the writer, Mike Norton on art, Ian Herring on colors, Lucas Gattoni on letters, Jay Lee and June Chung doing the cover, and there's a variant cover by Justin Young. No other variant covers by Mike Norton? DC. Come on, man. Anyway, Superman was created by Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster by special arrangement with the Jerry Siegel family. That says because a very, I think 3 or 4 panels tops with baby Superman, baby Kal-El are in this. So this whole thing is just on Krypton, except for the last couple of pages. This is the story, and I am going to spoil this at the end, guys, because I flipped out when I saw the ending. Holy crap! Just want to throttle Ryan North for the psychological trauma he's putting me through, and he's going to be putting all of us through this. By the time I get to the end, and you'll understand why you need to pick up this comic book and write in hate mail, polite, lovely, friendly, jabbing, pithy hate mail to Ryan North because the guy is amazing. And he's showing this again. Don't forget, he's the guy who wrote the Squirrel Girl comics, right? I think 2 seasons of it, two iterations of it. The guy understands humor. He's a great person to meet in person in a small setting, whatever. Wonderful human being. Clearly loves dogs. But we got to talk about what he's doing with Krypto in this because we get the typical thing that you're going to understand, but it's Krypto's side of it, all right? And he seems to understand enough that we're able to understand. He's being taken for walks, and he's basically a regular dog, just like we would have here on Earth, except he's a mutt. Well, if you remember some of the older Superman comic books, this matters because they're walking in this, and somebody's like, oh, he's a pure breed retriever class, blah, 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 whatever. So basically very similar to what we've got, the pure breed dogs. But those pure breed dogs eventually wind up getting problems. My favorite dog is the German Shepherd. Absolute beast of an animal and loving and protecting and all that good stuff, right? While at the same time, when they get older, they get hip dysplasia. So those pure breed dogs aren't all they're cracked up to be. A little mutt kind of helps things out. And that's with humans too. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you want to call us mutts, but I'm okay with it. I don't care. um, Jor-El mentions, yeah, Krypto is a little bit of everything, or seems to be a little bit of everything. Absolute mutt, and I love it. I love it because this is going to be the healthiest kind of dog, and the pure breed dog and Krypto, the super mutt, they get along just well with each other. It's just the pretentiousness. But there's even more with this, and there's a little bit of earthly ideals in this also, which of course there's going to be. Humans have always had this sense that, oh, we're all going to die at some point, right? Oh, the world is going to end. We're all screwed, right? Ever since the 1500s or so, even before that to some small degree, there's been the sense that, oh, Book of Revelations, we're all going to die. You know what I'm saying? And pretty much every religion has that sense of the end of the world, right? Well, there's an end of the world monster happening today, and we call it global warming when we used to call it global cooling, when we used to call it whatever, and now it's climate change. There's all these, and plastic is going to kill, the plastic monsters are going to come and choke us like they're choking the freaking birds and the seals and stuff like that. There's always something. We're all going to die, right? Well, that's happening here in Krypton. The trick here is it's actually true. But this one chick is acting like me and saying, oh, I heard this is all just fake and da 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 da. And that's the glory of this. They are on Krypton, but this is an all too human story when talking about Krypto, the super mutt. I'm calling the super mutt. All right, just let it go. I know it's not the name of the title. Maybe the next issue should be called Super Mutt, because they're doing a test run. And if you saw my short, or if you just know the history, I'm trying to put out shorts every single day right now. Right now, I'm just trying to run through the Flash family. I realize I have to do a couple other Flash characters, but I'm doing the Rogues right now. I'm just trying to knock these things out so that the Flash is, as best as possible, completely understood. Even did one on the Speed Force, if you're not familiar with that. Anyway, go check out my shorts. But I did one on Krypto the Super Dog also. Yeah? And the whole idea is that he was sent, just like on here, Ryan North has not changed the story, he was sent as kind of like a test subject, right? To go out to Earth beforehand or someplace, whatever. Here they're saying, oh, it's just supposed to be around the what was it? Around the moon, right? Around Krypton, one of Krypton, whatever's moons. I don't actually remember how many moons Krypton has. Just a quick trip around, just to make sure that the shuttle is working, the spacecraft is working, so we can send our son, or all of us. You know, he's trying to make millions, right? He's only going to get hundreds, though. So much in this short comic book that is just fun, but the history of Krypton, man, bang. Anyway, so they're using Krypto as kind of a test subject, but a wormhole opens up. Remember, spoilers in this, peeps, and he winds up getting accidentally sent to Earth. The communication that they have with Krypto before the communication gets cut off, you can probably hear it in my voice. Oh man, it's so sad. It's so freaking sad, dude. There's a oof. If you don't like dogs, I question you. I question if you're a real human being. Okay? I'm saying that. Wow. This was so heart-wrenching. And then Krypto goes to Earth, and he accidentally ends up on Earth. Actually, it wasn't supposed to be Earth right away. It was supposed to be after a very long period of time that he wound up finding Superboy. But, you know, somebody who smelled like a Kryptonian, because Krypton was gone. Anyway, but he just ends up in, Earth. He starts going to Metropolis. Who knows how much time, passed in between and what else happened. But then he gets there and he starts trying to eat some trash in Metropolis, and some, homeless guy goes up and he kicks him. He's like, "That's my food." And, Krypto's like, "Yeet!" It's like, okay, he clearly hasn't had enough of the sun coming into, because all Kryptonians, like I imagine if an ant came from Krypton after absorbing all that radiation from being on Krypton in that environment, that solar system, then that ant would essentially become, imagine the ultimate tardigrade, super tardigrade. Anyway, so so he didn't get enough sun yet, but he did have enough that he was able to walk through, rip through a chain mesh fence. And he's trying to get away and da-da-da-da-da. And the very ending of this, again, spoilers. Leave if you don't want the spoiler at the end of this, because this flipped me out the most. He's in Metropolis. Some redheaded guy goes and finds him. And I'm like, holy crap, Jimmy Olsen finds him. That was amazing. And he's just like, "Hey, boy, what's going on? My name is Lex." Ryan North, you son of a... We're talking about dogs here, right? I cannot believe this dude just did this to my heart. So I'm going in to get checked for heart palpitations, anything, because Ryan North killed me today. Wow, you evil son of a gun, you. Guys, go out and buy this comic book, because I can't guarantee this series is going to be good, but if it's anything like this first issue, it is going to be a must read, canonical or not, leading up to the movie or not. I don't know. I almost don't care. I just want to sit here and be immersed in this universe of Krypto, the super dog. And I don't care if this thing goes on for 100 issues or just 5, 4, whatever. I want to read this in its entirety. and hope that Ryan North gets put on to make more. If he wants to make more, let it be as organic as humanly possible. My peeps, I loved this first issue, and this is a must read this week. It is an absolute must read. Guys, I will talk to all y'all later. Like the video, watch an ad. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.